Hey guys, what's up? Sean here with ShootSharper, and today I want to take a quick look at a couple of 50mm 1.8 lenses from Canon, the new STM and the older version 2. So I've got a couple of Rebel T6s here, and first impression is that the 50mm 1.8 has some nice improvements over the older version of this lens. Now, Canon, since the 70D, has been releasing these new STM lenses, which the STM stands for a stepping motor for the autofocus system, which essentially gives you a much faster and quieter autofocus, similar in quickness to their higher end USM type lenses. So it's really nice to see that Canon is introducing essentially better glass for their lower end cameras. The 50mm 1.8 STM is physically just a little bit different. I really like the finish on the the STM version of this lens. It actually has a little bit of a black texture to it, where the older version 2 51.8 is very plasticky. I mean, that's where this guy got its name, the Plastic Fantastic. And that's one of the real big differences between these two lenses is the 50mm 1.8 version 2 is an all plastic with plastic bayonets here, which these guys would really have a tendency to want to break, especially if you're holding it by the lens or too much pressure. See that quite often. Now at $125, it's a plastic lens. It is what it is. It's a really good option as a first prime lens for photographers, but it's really nice that Canon has gone and updated this lens because now it's no longer, I guess, the Plastic Fantastic. It's still the Nifty 50, but it has a metal mount here, kind of a hybrid plastic metal mount on the rear. So that should really help extend the longevity or life of this lens, given that they have no longer have the plastic bayonets there on the back. One of the other big physical changes in these two lenses is that on the older Nifty 50, the focusing ring was really towards the very end of the lens there. It was rather small, and it was rather hard to grab onto without grabbing the lens barrel itself. The newer STM lens has a little bit recessed away from the edge of the lens barrel there, and it's much wider, and I think it's actually a different plastic texture, which gives it a nice grip to it, and is much easier to turn that if you're going to go in and manual focus. Now, one of the big differences in the STM lenses is not only that faster focusing motor, but that it's a quiet focusing motor. So for cameras like the new Rebel T6i and T6s 70D, which have really nice focusing systems for both live view and video, really smooth focusing systems, those STM lenses do a really good job of hitting focus and transitioning smoothly and not having to hunt for the subject. So I was very excited to see this improved version of the STM lens, and overall first impressions, I like everything about it. Now I'll go here real quick and show you what I mean by a non-STM versus an STM lens in autofocus noise. So definitely very grindy, very whirly. If you're shooting video with this camera, that noise is just going to travel right into the internal mic, which you're much better off using an external mic. But even then, I think you'd pick up that grindy, whirly autofocus motor. Now, putting this STM lens on here, I was actually a little bit disappointed in the fact that it's not a totally silent focusing motor. So you can definitely hear that. you're definitely going to pick up that noise in the built-in mic. If you had an external mic, you'd probably be fine, but I can definitely feel the vibration of that STM lens in the camera body. I mean, I can definitely feel that traveling through there, even more so than the older version 2 of this guy. So a little bit disappointed, but then again, it is, $125 price point. Personally, I kind of would have liked to see Canon come up with a, 169, 189, even 199 version, and have a truly silent focusing motor in there. So if you're looking to do video, you may want to look at the 40mm STM that Canon has, or the 24mm STM, because this may not be the best option when it comes to silent focusing for video purposes. As your first prime lens, this is going to be a great option. It's going to give you that great shallow depth of field look. So it's a no-brainer in my opinion. These guys are priced at essentially the same thing. So pick up the 50mm STM instead of that version 2 with the older focusing technology in there, and you're not going to be disappointed with that metal bayonet on the back. That lens is going to last you years and years of usage until you decide to upgrade to a better option with something that Canon has, or maybe the Sigma or something like that. But this is definitely a good first prime lens for folks. So I hope this has been helpful as a kind of quick first look and my opinion there. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave those in the comments below. If this has been helpful at all, hit that subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll definitely start generating some more content out there for you guys moving forward. So thanks again, and we'll see you until next time.